What's up everyone? Today we're doing something crazy. We're diving deep into the car industry to uncover the brands that are secretly in huge trouble. You might be saving up for one of these cars right now, and if you are, you need to watch this video. I'm not just talking about a few bad reviews. I'm talking about massive financial losses, production nightmares, and scandals that could make these companies disappear. This isn't just about cars. It's about your money and making sure you don't buy a 1,000-pound paperweight. We're going to expose everything. This video is your ultimate guide to the car brands you should probably avoid. We've spent hundreds of hours digging through financial reports, insider information, and market analysis to bring you the truth. Forget the flashy ads and the slick presentations. We're looking at the cold, hard facts. We're counting down 13 car brands showing serious warning signs. Stay till the end to see the worst offender. The number one spot is going to shock you, I promise. It's a ticking time bomb, and you're about to find out why. So get ready. We're starting the countdown right now. Each brand on this list has a massive red flag waving over it, from burning through billions of dollars to failing to even build the cars they promised. Before you even think about stepping into a dealership, you need to see this. We're starting with number 13 and working our way down to the single most troubled car brand in the world. Let's go. Alright, kicking off our list at number 13 is Rivian. You've seen their electric trucks and SUVs, right? They look amazing, they have that cool light bar, they've gotten incredible reviews. On the surface, they seem like the next big thing, a Tesla competitor. They even had a massive IPO. But pull back the curtain and it's a different scary picture. Rivian is losing a mind-blowing amount of money on every vehicle, not a few thousand. Reports showed they were losing over $30,000 per truck. $30,000. That's not a business model. It's a charity for buyers. The more cars they sell, the more money they lose. This massive cash burn is a gigantic red flag. Coming in at number 12, we have Lucid Motors. If Rivian is the rugged adventurer, Lucid is the super sleek luxury sedan that wants to take down the Tesla Model S. Their flagship car, the Lucid Air, is a masterpiece of technology. It has record-breaking range, insane horsepower, and an interior that looks like it was pulled from a futuristic sci-fi movie. They won Motor Trend's Car of the Year. But here's the problem. It's a huge one. Building a brilliant car is only half the battle. The other half is actually building them at scale and selling them. That's where Lucid is hitting a brick wall. They are burning through cash at a terrifying rate. We're talking billions of dollars. They've consistently missed production targets, slashed forecasts, and left depositors waiting months, sometimes even years. At number 11, we have a name that might sound familiar: Fisker. This is the second attempt by designer Henrik Fisker. Their new vehicle, the Fisker Ocean SUV, promised stylish design, innovative features like a solar roof, and affordable price point. The concept generated tons of pre-orders and excitement, but the dream quickly turned into a nightmare. The biggest red flag: Fisker's manufacturing model. Unlike Tesla or Rivian, who build their own factories, Fisker outsourced production to Magna Steyr in Austria. It was meant to be capital light but left them with far less control. Reports: software bugs, quality control issues, serious safety concerns from early owners. They've also had major supplier problems. The financial picture is grim. They warn they may not have enough cash to survive another year. The stock collapsed. They've been delisted from the NYSE. Cracking our top 10, at number 10, is NIO. Often called the Tesla of China, NIO has been a major player in the premium EV market. They are known for their high-quality vehicles, and more famously, their innovative battery-swapping technology. Instead of waiting to charge, you pull into a NIO station and have a robot swap your battery in under 5 minutes. It's an incredible solution to range anxiety. For a long time, NIO looked unstoppable. Their sales were growing at an incredible pace. But recently, some serious cracks have started to appear. The biggest red flag is slowing sales growth and intense pressure in their home market. The Chinese car market is the most competitive in the entire world. Dozens of new EV brands have popped up. This brutal competition has led to a vicious price war, forcing companies like NIO to slash prices. This crushes their profit margins. It's a race to the bottom. Their sales numbers have become inconsistent, worrying investors. This market pressure has put huge strain on their finances. Coming in at number 9 is a company that has become infamous: Nikola. You probably remember the headlines. This company promised to revolutionize trucking with hydrogen-powered semi-trucks. The hype was enormous. At one point their valuation was higher than Ford's. They were supposed to be the Tesla of trucking. But the Nikola story is a cautionary tale. The biggest red flag was the scandal involving founder Trevor Milton. He was convicted of fraud for false statements. The most famous example was their Nikola One in Motion video, which supposedly showed their truck driving under its own power. It was later revealed the truck was simply rolling down a hill. They literally towed it to the top and let gravity do the work. This deception sent the stock into a death spiral. The founder is gone, but the stain remains. Even after cleaning house, Nikola's path has been incredibly difficult. They've struggled to commercialize trucks, facing constant delays. Their revenue is still tiny, and they continue posting massive losses every quarter. They're trying to pivot to battery electric trucks while developing hydrogen technology, but it's an expensive and slow process. The shadow of its past and current financial struggles make Nikola a huge risk. At number 8, we have Canoo, a company with one of the most unique and futuristic designs in the EV space. Their lifestyle vehicle looks like a pod from the future, focused on maximizing interior space. They developed a modular skateboard platform. Modular skateboard used for pickup trucks, delivery vans. The idea attracted major attention, including a partnership with Walmart for delivery vehicles. But a cool design can't pay the bills. Biggest red flag, constant need for money. It's a history of one capital raise after another. They seem perpetually on the verge of running out of cash, issuing going concern warnings in their financial filings. This scramble for cash comes from failure to start mass production. They have announced and postponed production multiple times. Deadlines have come and gone. The company blamed supply chain issues and lack of funding. They can't start production without money, but investors are hesitant until they see proof. It's a classic startup death spiral. On top of that, serious doubts about their business model and high executive turnover. The original subscription-only model was abandoned. Key engineers and founders left. With dwindling cash, endless delays, and shaky strategy, Canoo's futuristic vehicles might never make it to mass market. Our number 7 spot goes to a company that was supposed to be a symbol of American manufacturing revival, Lordstown Motors. They took over a former GM plant in Lordstown, Ohio. They promised to bring back jobs and build the future of electric pickup trucks. Their truck, the Endurance, had a unique design. It used in-wheel hub motors. They claimed superior performance. The story was compelling. It even got White House attention. But the story quickly fell apart. Red flags appeared when they went public via a SPAC. They were accused of faking pre-orders. Reports said the claimed 100,000 pre-orders were mostly non-binding. Many orders came from companies without funds. That wrecked their credibility. The SEC launched an investigation. Then production failures hit. Lordstown set ambitious build targets. They missed them again and again. The Endurance suffered quality issues and performance problems. The in-wheel motor tech proved complex and unreliable. They made a tiny batch of trucks. Those trucks were recalled almost immediately. Production halted and never recovered. Financially, they burned through cash. They failed to secure needed funding. They entered a legal battle with manufacturing partner Foxconn. The dream of reviving the plant ended in failure. The company filed for bankruptcy, a sad end to a promising start. Now, Lordstown Motors is a textbook example of how not to launch an EV, riddled with legal troubles, failed targets, broken promises. Taking the number 6 spot is a company that has been on the brink of collapse for almost a decade, Faraday Future. This company made a huge splash back in 2016, promising a 1,000 horsepower luxury EV, the FF91, that would make Tesla look outdated. They had a billionaire backer, hired top talent from other car companies, and held flashy events to show off their futuristic concept. They promised to build a billion-dollar factory in the Nevada desert. That factory was never built. A series of grandiose promises followed by epic failures. The single biggest red flag is chronic inability to secure and manage funding. Perpetual financial crisis. Starting and stopping development as money comes and goes. Raising small amounts just to stay alive. Endless string of missed milestones. The FF91, revealed almost a decade ago, still hasn't entered meaningful mass production. Repeated production dates announced, then pushed back again and again. It's become a running joke in the industry. Kept on life support, lurching from crisis to crisis. Constant turnover of executives and internal power struggles. A revolving door of CEOs and CFOs. No stable leadership, no long-term execution. A zombie company with no clear path to viability. Kicking off our top 5 is XPeng, another major player from the hyper-competitive Chinese EV market. Alongside NIO and Li Auto, XPeng was seen as one of the top contenders to challenge Tesla in China. They focused on advanced technology, their sophisticated driver assist system called XNGP, at a more affordable price point. Their P7 sedan was praised for tech and value. The Chinese market is a brutal battlefield. XPeng is right in the thick of it. The intense price war has taken a massive toll. XPeng has had to aggressively cut prices. Huge red flag, severe margin compression. Profit per car squeezed down to almost nothing. In some cases, it's become a loss. This financial pressure is a serious threat. At number 4, we have Polestar. You've probably seen their cars. They have a minimalist Scandinavian design that looks incredibly sharp. Polestar started as the high-performance tuning division of Volvo, then was spun off into its own EV brand, owned by Volvo and Geely. Their first mass-market car, the Polestar 2, was a direct competitor to the Tesla Model 3. The connection seems like a huge advantage, giving them access to engineering, platforms, and manufacturing. But it reveals their biggest red flag: deep dependency on their parent companies. Polestar is not self-sufficient. It has consistently posted massive losses since inception, and has only survived because Volvo and Geely keep pumping money into it. The company is burning cash as it tries to develop new models and expand globally. These scaling losses are normal for new companies, but Polestars seem to be getting bigger, not smaller. Recently, Volvo announced it was reducing support and handing off ownership to Geely, signaling patience wearing thin. Polestar is now even more reliant on its Chinese parent. This raises a huge question about long-term identity and viability. Is it truly a unique Swedish brand or just another subsidiary of a giant Chinese conglomerate? Their market positioning is also a risk. They are trying to be a premium brand but face brutal competition from Tesla, the German luxury brands, and a wave of new EV startups. Without constant financial backing of its parents, it's unclear if Polestar could stand on its own. It's a brand living on borrowed time and borrowed money. We're in the top 3. And at number 3 is Karma Automotive. This company has a complicated history. It actually rose from the ashes of the original Fisker Automotive, which went bankrupt. Karma bought the assets and design for the beautiful Karma Revero, a plug-in hybrid luxury sedan. So this is another company with failure baked into its DNA. The most glaring red flag for Karma is its complete lack of scale. This is a tiny niche manufacturer. While other companies talk about producing tens of thousands of cars per year, hundreds of thousands per year, Karma produces them in the dozens. Limited scale. Their assembly is basically a single car moving very, very slowly. Their output has been incredibly inconsistent over the years, sometimes producing a handful of cars, and then going quiet for long stretches. This isn't a mass-market car company, it's more like a boutique custom shop. This tiny scale makes it almost impossible to be profitable. The costs of engineering, tooling, and running a factory are massive, and you can only cover those costs by spreading them over a large number of vehicles. With such limited output, every car must be astronomically expensive to produce. They are stuck in a low-volume trap, unable to generate revenue needed to invest in new models or expand production. Because of this, they are extremely vulnerable. They have very little brand recognition. They can't compete on price, technology, or volume with any of the major players. They have tried to pivot to include engineering services, licensing their platform to other companies, but this is a sign that their core business isn't working. Karma is a beautiful car, but it's a brand that feels more like a hobby than a serious automotive business. Our runner-up for the most troubled car brand is VinFast. This Vietnamese company had one of the most aggressive, head-scratching launches in automotive history. Backed by Vietnam's richest man, they went from zero to a massive, modern factory and launched a full lineup of electric SUVs in record time. Then they skipped their home market and aimed straight at the United States. That decision is their biggest red flag, a rapid, cash-incinerating global expansion. Building a brand, a dealer network, a service infrastructure in a new country, especially the competitive US, costs billions. VinFast is trying to do this overnight and burning through staggering amounts of money. The company is funded almost entirely by Vingroup and its founders' personal wealth. The US market entry has been a complete disaster. The first vehicles, the VF8, were torn apart by reviewers. Poor build quality, buggy software, a harsh ride. Negative press was brutal and damaged their reputation. You only get one chance to make a first impression. VinFast's was terrible. Despite everything, they went public via a SPAC. The stock valuation skyrocketed for a few crazy days, even briefly valuing the company above Ford and GM. That bubble popped fast. Now the company faces huge uncertainty. Can they fix product quality? Can they afford to keep burning billions to win skeptical American buyers? It's a hugely expensive gamble that looks more and more likely to fail. And here we are, the #1 most troubled car brand on our list. And this one might surprise you. It's not a startup. It's a legendary brand with over 100 years of history. Alfa Romeo. That's right. This iconic Italian brand, famous for its beautiful designs and racing heritage, is in serious trouble. Unlike startups, its problems are deep and systemic and have been going on for decades. The biggest red flag is a catastrophic decline into irrelevance, chronically mismanaged for years under Fiat, and now Stellantis. They have a tiny product lineup. For years they mostly sold 2 models, Giulia sedan, Stelvio SUV. They recently added the Tonale, but it may be too little, too late. This caused collapsing market share worldwide, especially in North America. Sales numbers are heartbreakingly low. Dealers have struggled to sell the cars. The cars have a reputation for poor reliability and electrical problems. Once synonymous with passion and performance, the brand is now associated with depreciation and dealer visits. They have lost the trust of mainstream luxury buyers. Stellantis, their parent company, has given Alfa a 10-year chance to prove itself. A corporate ultimatum. They are being forced to go all electric, a massive, expensive transition, for a financially weak brand with a tiny portfolio. It's a do-or-die moment. If the turnaround fails, Stellantis will likely pull the plug for good. Despite its incredible history, Alfa Romeo is the #1 brand in trouble right now. And that's the list. Quick montage. Alfa, VinFast, Karma. 13 car brands from hyped-up startups to legendary icons, all showing major red flags. We saw companies burning through billions, failing to build cars, and even a historic brand on the verge of being erased. The car industry is brutal, and it's clear that a cool design or big promise isn't enough to guarantee survival. The next few years are going to be a battleground, and it's very likely that not all of these names will make it. It's a tough reality, but one you need to know about before you spend your hard-earned money. Now I have to ask you, which brand on this list surprised you the most? Were you shocked to see a legend like Alfa Romeo at #1? Or did the chaos at VinFast or Fisker catch your attention? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you found this breakdown helpful, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives like this. Your support means we can keep making these videos. Before you go, here's a super quick recap of the top 3 red flags to watch for with any car brand. First, insane cash burn. If a company is losing tens of thousands on every car, that's a huge problem. Second, production and delivery delays. If they can't build what they promise, stay away. Third, legal or management issues. Scandals and a revolving door of executives are signs of a sinking ship. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.